the French Maritime Alps, the stretch of the Monte Carlo Rally, and a single vintage car. Something you don't hear, something you don't see every day. There are things in life that only happen once. This combination of superlatives is without a doubt among them. After its last appearance at the Monte Carlo Rally, the Audi S1 flies up the Col de Turini again. And we're in the passenger seat as the Quattro conquers the Monte just like old times. And no less than the Quattro guru himself is at the wheel, Stig Blomqvist. He is the 1984 World Rally Champion and one of the few who can tame the beast. There was a real buzz on the Col de Turini back then. 10,000 fans turned night to day and froze their toes off for a couple of elaborate throttle tip-ins. The Col de Turini, the most famous full-throttle stage in the Monte Carlo Rally, is conquered twice, over 100 kilometers of pure adventure. The fans often shoveled extra snow onto the street to achieve the desired drift, and the fans' favorite, it was the Audi S1.
No, I think because first of all, I think the speed was quite impressive with the car, and then the sound was fantastic. The turbo popping and banging a bit and all the noise from that, I think that makes people very keen about the car.
The S1 is the absolute last stage of evolution, and to this day is the symbol for the sweet insanity of the 80s. Snowplow up front, wall unit in the back. There are only a dozen drivers that could tame the monster despite the Quattro transmission. A short wheelbase and projects make the S1 skittish to such an extent that even on the straight it couldn't drive straight. The power still comes from 5 cylinders, including a powerful turbocharger. 476 horsepower and 480 newton-meters of torque catapults the Audi to 100 kilometers an hour in just 3 seconds, no matter what the surface is. Even after 20 years, Stig Blomqvist doesn't find it difficult to keep this kind of power under control. And so the king of braking to the left drifts placidly from one corner to the next. Only the turbocharger demands a stern hand.
Of course, you have to rev the engine much higher to get it going, because it's with a big turbo and things, you get a lot of turbo legs. You have to rev it and keep pushing it harder.
When Audi joined the World Rally Championship in 1981, the combination of four-wheel drive and turbo was completely new and convinced the competition of its harmlessness. There was one disaster after another in the beginning, and the inexperienced mechanics in the factory in Ingolstadt had to fight numerous teething problems and small bugs. Then, right at the beginning, there were several things that weren't really fixed with the car, where everything was just trial and error. Or that time in Africa, that was a really difficult thing. We had driven 15,000 kilometers in training without a single problem. And then we fitted a new engine for the race, and all the other things that go with it. And then the engine only lasted 350 kilometers. Then 5 or 6 gearboxes simply broke on us because there was a bearing with too little tolerance. That was one of the most difficult times, in my view. But then came stability. Audi was successful and the competition was unable to beat the Quattro. The rear view mirror became one of the most important instruments for the competition. Stig Blomqvist alone overtook 23 cars at the Monte Carlo Rally, and when Audi left the World Rally Championship in 1987, the statistics spoke clearly for the Ingolstadt crew: 2 brand and 2 driver World Championship titles and a total of 24 rally victories. The Quattro was accepted, and motorsports was the best stage for its introduction.